Hi everybody, I'm going to read a couple more stories. And this morning I rode my bike. I think I rode about 5 miles. I'm trying to ride my bike every day and walk and get in some good exercise. So I hope that you did something fun too. And this was one of my favorite books. It's called Moosekitos, a moose family reunion. Look at that mustache, will you? Wow, that's quite a mustache. So Moose was feeling a mite melancholy. That means a bit blue, sort of sad. Have you ever felt a little melancholy? He was missing his big moosey family. Why, he hadn't seen them in years, and looking at old family photos was almost bringing him to tears. Moose missed being together, making memories and enjoying good times. He even missed grumpy Uncle Harry and Cousin Curly's bad jokes, Aunt Lorraine's bad cooking. Moose sighed. Oh, how he longed to see all of the folks. My poor down in the dumps dear, said his darling missus. There's no need to pine long or be lonesome. Let's plan a party, a reunion and celebration. My love, what do you say to an old-fashioned family vacation? A family reunion vacation? How simple, how easy, how perfectly perfect. Moose calls went out, north to south, east to west, and all places in between. From the relatives up in Moosekitos to the kin down in Mississippi, to mooses in Texas, Montana, and even south in Alabama. The whole hairy herd would meet up at their mountain moose lodge. Wow, that's going to be a fun reunion. A big family reunion vacation. Moose's mustache curled in anticipation. He planned 3-legged races for the very first day, silly songs for the next. He scheduled swimming and sunning and tanning and fanning, boating, floating, hiking, biking, mornings to fish, time to chat and to dish. And everyone sleeping under the stars. Togetherness, sighed the merry moose. Positively, perfectly, perfect. Whoa, he had the perfect reunion planned, with calendars marked with an X and watches synchronized to the second. Mooses from coast to coast loaded up cars, and they packed vans and stuffed trucks. Toot toot, honk honk, lots of goodbyes and waves, and off they went. Caravans chugged up hills and slid down dales. They snaked through tunnels and crossed bridges. Rivers this way, that way, left, right, right, to the tippy top of the mountain. And there was Moose Lodge. Doesn't that sound like a fun vacation? Mm-hmm. Aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers, each and every cousin piled out to meet and greet. There was lots of moose hugging and cuddling and kissing, handshaking, backslapping, hand clapping, tears, and giggles too. It was just as Moose had hoped and planned. Why, look at all the relatives that gathered together. Makes me want to have a reunion. Wow. One big, perfectly family reunion, said Moose, ready with his camera and a click. All together again. Now everyone say cheese. Chew. No, that was a sneeze. Moose looked at his darling wife. Her eyes were suddenly bleary and teary, her nose runny and red. I think I'm allergic, she sniffed. I'm going to bed. Before Moose could refocus, Bucky Jr. and the rest of the boys grabbed a volleyball and raced off. Sissy and the girls scooted to the beach. Cousins Larry, Mo, and Curly climbed into a canoe and paddled away on the lake, and
I see them.
Yeah, and Great Aunt Matilda trailed off to bird watch, for heaven's sake. The kin from Montana vamoosed and went for a hike. Great-great-granny tootled off on her bike. See her there?
Mm-hmm.
Then the cousins from Texas got ornery and started to squabble. The 4 sisters from Mississippi got into a tiff. Uncle Harry started grumbling and stomped off with a sniff. Stop! Yeah, right. Stop! Wait, cried Moose, watching them scatter. What about togetherness? He wanted to be together with everyone, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Not now. Maybe later. Catch you next time. Mind your own beeswax. Go fly a kite. The family was not playing ball, at least not together. Moose tried, he really tried to find something they all wanted to do. It was not simple. It was not easy, and it did not work, but Moose was still hopeful. He had an idea. I wonder what his idea is, Ellery. I wonder what he's going to do. The next evening, as daylight faded, the stars came out, and everyone trailed back for dinner. Moose was ready and waiting. He had the campfire crackling. Doesn't that look nice? He had stew bubbling, potatoes roasting, and marshmallows toasting. Moose got out his banjo and plunked and plinked a favorite sing-along tune. He strummed and he hummed and he sang and he crooned, and nobody joined in. The kiddies were whiny and cranky. The teens were tired and bored. And Aunt Lorraine yawned, and Mo and Larry sat back and snored. Quiet, said Uncle Harry, shuffling off to bed. Oh, that didn't work either, did it? Poor Moose. But what about family togetherness? Moose sighed, sadly eating s'mores all by his lonesome. As the last campfire flames flickered, the only sound Moose heard was a ribbit so low. And then from somewhere in the dark, in the quiet, came a bzzz, bzzz, then a meow, and a nee, and a ouch! Oh, oh, ouch! Slap, smack, slap, smack, scratch, scratch, scratch. What do you think was happening? What do you think was happening? Moosekitos. Land sakes, it's Moosekitos, cried the Mississippi aunties, wailing with alarm. Blasted buggy biters, shouted Uncle Tex in the middle of a swarm. Slap, slap, smack, smack, scratch, itch, scratch. Help! Mosquitoes! Yelled the boys as they tumbled off their cots. Help! Mosquitoes! Cried the girls, covered with bumpy pink polka dots. Who was biting them?
Mosquitoes.
The mosquitoes were. Oh, do something, my darling, said Mrs. Moose as she scratched between two achooes. But Moose pondered. He wondered. He worried. What could he really do? Then suddenly he froze. One of the biggest mosquitoes had landed right on his nose. Moose gulped and went eye to eye with the big buzzer. They glared. They stared. Who would blink first? Oh, my goodness. And then Moose grinned, and he smiled. He didn't swat, smack, or swish, but knew exactly what to do. Moose reached into his knapsack for his tried and true moustache glue. Moose ordered one and all to take a heaping hoofful of the white pasty glop. Then Tex lassoed some whiskers from the bottom, while the beehived aunties took hold from the top. Herded around in a circle, everyone took a share of Moose's hair. Why, even Uncle Harry took part. And with Moose's orchestration, a little humming, and some dandy moosey-doosey-does, together they all wove this way, then that way, up, down, front, and back. Oh, my goodness. There was no need to worry, no need to fret. Thanks to Moose and his moustache, the family now had the world's biggest mosquito net. But
he has trouble.
Yeah, the glued brood was safe, sound, and snuggled all around, with Moose smack dab in the middle. Oh yes, it was cramped, it was crowded, and Uncle Harry's snores were most definitely loud. But they trapped those mosquitoes, didn't they? Yeah. But they were together at last, as close as any family could be. Moose sighed. It was a perfectly perfect reunion, even if they did itch.
Oh, look it. They saved his beard.
Yeah, they saved it. And they trapped the mosquitoes, didn't they? Oh, that was fun. And this one is called Rooster's Off to See the World. Here, Rooster's off to see the world. Do you want to sit on my lap again? Okay. One fine morning, a rooster decided that he wanted to travel. So right then and there, he set out to see the world. He hadn't walked very far when he began to feel lonely. Just then he met two cats. The rooster said to them, "Come along with me to see the world." Whoa, is he gonna come too?
Mm-mm.
The cats liked the idea of a trip very much. We would love to. They purred and they sat down off to go with the rooster. So there's one rooster and how many cats?
3.
Two.
2.
As they wandered on, the rooster and the cat met 3 frogs. "How would you like to come with us to see the world?" asked the rooster, eager for more company. "Why not?" answered the frogs. "We are not busy now." So the frogs jumped along behind the rooster and the cats. So there's 1 rooster, 2
Frogs.
cats, and 3 frogs off to see the world. After a while, the rooster, the cats, and the frogs saw 4 turtles crawling slowly down the road. "Hey," said the rooster, "how would you like to see the world?" "Oh, it might be fun," snapped one of the turtles, and they joined the others. So now we have 1 rooster, 2 cats, 3 frogs, and 4 pokey turtles. Oh my goodness, what fun. And as the rooster, the cats, the frogs, and the turtles walked along, they saw 5 fish swimming in the brook. "Where are you going?" asked the fish. "Glub, glub, 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 glub." "We're off to see the world," answered the rooster. "May we come along?" pleaded the fish. "Glub, glub, glub, glub."
Oh, I can't walk.
"Yeah, decided to have you," the rooster replied. And so the fish came along to see the world. So we have 1 rooster, 2 cats, 3 frogs, 4 turtles, and 5
Fish.
Yeah, and you were right. Fish can't walk. I wonder what they're going to do. I hope they'll be okay. The sun went down. It began to get dark, and the moon came up over the horizon. "Where's our dinner?" asked the cats. "Meow." "Where are we supposed to sleep?" asked the frogs. "Ribbit, ribbit." "We're cold," complained the turtles. Just then some fireflies flew overhead. We're afraid," cried the fish. "Oh no!" Now the rooster really had not made any plans for the trip around the world. He had not remembered to think about food and shelter, so he didn't know how to answer his friends. Oh dear. After a few minutes of silence, the fish suddenly decided that it might be best if they headed for home. They wished the others a happy trip and they swam away. So now we've just got 4 turtles, 3 frogs, 2 cats, and 1 rooster. And it's nighttime. Then the turtles began to think about their warm house. They turned and crawled back down the road without so much as even a goodbye. Now we've got 3 frogs, 2 cats, and 1 rooster. And the frogs weren't too happy with the trip anymore either. First one and then the other, and finally the last one jumped away. They were polite enough, though, to wish the rooster a good evening as they disappeared into the night.
I think the other one is morning.
Yeah. And the cats then remembered an unfinished meal they had left behind. They kindly wished the rooster a happy journey, but they too headed for home. And now the rooster was all alone, and he hadn't seen anything of the world. And he thought for a minute, and then he said to the moon, "To tell you the truth, I am not only hungry and cold, but I'm homesick as well." The moon did not answer. It too had disappeared. There's the rooster, all alone. Oh dear. The rooster knew what he had to do. Do you know what he has to do?
Mm-mm.
He turned around and he went back to home again. He enjoyed a good meal of grain and then he sat on his very own perch. After a while he went to sleep, and guess what he had?
What?
A wonderful, happy dream all about a trip around the world. Did he ever really go on that trip?
No.
No, but he had a nice one in his dreams, didn't he? So you know what? Right now, we're going to wave goodbye to everyone. Let's do a 5-finger wave. Can you do a 4-finger wave? Put your thumb down. Now we're going to wave with 4 fingers. Now we're
No.
going to wave with 3 fingers. Now we're going to 2. Now we're going to wave with 1 so fast no one will see us. Give him a big kiss. Oh, you didn't catch it. Let's do one more kiss. Did you catch Hillary's? I see you caught her kiss. Let's do a little kiss. Let's do a thumb kiss. Good night. Bye. I love you.
Amen.